when I'm directing a movie. Anybody can go at any time.
Ez a történet egyre csak betegebb lesz. A hálaadáshoz használt eszközökkel mészárol.
Oh my God. Plenty to be thankful for.
We just went for the gore. I mean, the original idea was my best friend Jeff and I, when we were kids, like 11 and 12 years old, growing up in Massachusetts, near Plymouth, where Thanksgiving is the most important holiday there. And it's in the schools, you do a school play, they have villages that recreate the life in 1620. And so we always wanted to do a Thanksgiving slasher film because horror movies finished at the end of October, and then it was just Christmas movies and family movies for the rest of the year, which were so boring to me. So I'd have to wait till January. So we had the kills, and we knew it was someone dressed like a pilgrim killing. And then when Grindhouse came up, they gave us the opportunity to film all of these kills. So we still had no plot. And it took us a long time to figure out what the story was and who that killer was and why that killer was doing it. Because the Grindhouse trailer was just supposed to be, it was silly, it was a joke. It was just having fun doing a bunch of crazy kills with no plot. It was difficult because we found ourselves trapped by the trailer. So we had to go back to what our original idea was as kids. Like the intention was never to make it a joke. We loved slasher films like Mute Witness and Scream and My Bloody Valentine and Pieces and The Prowler. And we thought, like, this has to be a real movie. So what is it about? We kept thinking of why would someone go on a killing spree? And then these stories of the Black Friday trampolines came out, where Black Friday, which was a thing for Christmas sales, just bled over and took over Thanksgiving, because at 12:01 a.m. the stores would open and everyone would just rush to kill each other for television. And these YouTube videos and viral videos started appearing of people like beating the crap out of each other just to get, you know, a television or a waffle iron or a PlayStation. And we thought, this is a great setting, like taking a trampoline where everyone at dinner is like, we're so thankful, we just need our health, and then 2 hours later are just killing each other trying to get the televisions cheap. I love humor in movies. I don't want the movie to be a joke, but I find movies sometimes to be overly self-serious, and sometimes it works and sometimes it's just boring. And you're dealing with high school kids, and high school kids are funny, and the way they interact is funny, and there's humor naturally. And in Massachusetts, with all the Boston people, there's just humor to be mined there. So my feeling is, as long as it doesn't take away from the horror and adds to the story, and I wanted a great night at the movies. I want people to go see this movie and say, that's the most fun I've ever had at a horror film. I want them scared, jumping, laughing, seeing it with a crowd. I want that night at the movies that you never forget. So I definitely am not, if there was a joke to be mined there, I just went for it. No one. I don't want anyone to feel like, oh, that person's gonna live to the end. Anybody can get killed at any minute. That's what makes horror movies great, is when you feel you're in the hands of an unstable narrator and the director can kill anybody. No one is safe. That's where there's tension. And that's what I want people to know when I'm directing a movie. Anybody can go at any time. It depends what kind of story you're telling. If you're doing a zombie movie, it better be pretty high. If you're doing a more, a film like Green Inferno, it can be lower. Knock Knock, it can be no one. So I love lots of deaths as long as it makes sense. But when you're in a slasher film, I want a pretty high body count.